What are the workforce needs for the future? I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is Costenbader. She is the marketing coordinator for Berks Economic Partnership. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
When you think about the workforce needs of the future for this region, you're actually looking to middle and high school students today. Talk to us a little bit about what those needs are and how you're working with businesses and area schools to work to meet those needs.
Well, one of the things we heard at Berks Economic Partnership from our local companies is their need for a skilled workforce, and what are they going to do in the next 5 to 10 years as their current workforce and employees start to retire. And that's really where this conversation started to get to this point that we are at with this campaign. Let's focus on the middle and high school age students, because they are not only the future, but they're the students that are going to be making decisions whether or not to go to the career and technology schools in our Greater Reading community.
Now, when we talk about this need for people who are thinking about retiring or working toward retiring at this point, you're talking about careers in welding and carpentry, robotics, the skilled workforce that they're reaching retirement age at this point. Mm-hmm. But young people aren't necessarily going into these careers. Talk to us a little bit about some of the reasons potentially they're not, and how you're working to reach out to these young people to maybe think about these careers.
I think some of the reasons they may not be going specifically even to career and technology schools, because there has been a certain stigma attached to these schools over the years that maybe four-year college is what they've always been told that that's what they need to be focusing on, or they just it hasn't been on their radar. And that's really what we're trying to do, is get it on their radar as a viable option for their future. So we're doing that through a variety of different marketing tools, advertising, outreach through the schools. We're actually going to be working with some guidance counselors that feed into these career and technology schools. So it's really a matter of partnering, and how do we get these kids to focus on this, and their parents also, that this is a viable option. So we're trying to show salaries, and this is how much money you could potentially be making if you decide to go down the welding track or carpentry or robotics. So,
are the jobs out there if these young people decide to go into these career tracks?
They absolutely are. And it's funny because my boss came in, he had circled a welding ad, and there were several in the classified section of our newspaper. And that's another part of the very beginning stages of this was there are absolutely positions open that these kids can fill almost immediately coming out of these programs, or they can become apprentices. There's different ways to go about getting into these jobs right away. So it's very different thought process than going to school for 4 years after high school, and you have student loans and sometimes debt, and it's a completely different mindset, and trying to get them to start thinking.
What about the educational opportunities? Do they exist if young people are thinking about some of these opportunities as a career track?
Yes, absolutely. We locally have 2 career and technology centers, and the Reading Area Community College has a training center, the Schmidt Technology Training Center, and they have recently signed a technical academy agreement which allows these students to get up to 10 college credits for free while they're in high school, so they can transition very seamlessly into a program at RAC. So the college option is still there, associate's degrees, bachelor's degrees, that's still very much an option.
And we just have a short time left, but what does this potentially mean? And your campaign is called Careers in 2 Years. What does this potentially mean long-term for working to attract businesses?
It means a lot. Not only are we going to be able to serve the companies that are here in terms of expansion and growth, we can also begin to tout this to companies that are looking to relocate or expand in our community from the outside.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
We've been talking with Costenbader. I'm Jill Horner for Comcast Newsmakers.